G'day lovelies, welcome back. Today I'm going to have a crack at making homemade meatloaves, specifically for my dog Ned. He is a neo-mastiff. I would say he's between a medium and a large dog. So he's a short ass, but he's built like a brick shithouse. So if you have a little dog, you would probably do less of some of the ingredients, or maybe just give them a slice of the meatloaf, not the whole thing. So after all my research on ingredients, this is what I've come up with. I will write the recipe down below the video in the description as always, with anything else that you will need to know. So most of the ingredients I normally always have. The things I had to buy specifically for the meatloaves was the meat, tinned sardines and the frozen chopped spinach. So the sardines need to be in spring water. I bought the black and gold brand from the IGA at $1.05 a tin, and I bought 4 tins. The frozen chopped spinach was $6 for 1 kilo. I bought that from the IGA. We will use bugger all, so that will last us ages. The things I already have is the basmati rice. We'll be using that in 1 week's worth of meatloaves, and the macaroni in the other week's worth of meatloaves. We won't be using much, we're just using it as a binder. Greek style light yogurt, we'll probably only use just over a cup. With the rolled oats, we need the proper oats, not quick oats. I've got a couple of apples. We'll use half a bunch of parsley, and you absolutely need curly parsley, not flat. We'll probably use about 1/3 of the butternut pumpkin. We're going to need 6 eggs, some carrots, sweet potatoes, and half a small cauliflower. And we'll be using just over a couple of cups of the frozen beans. And I've also got a big bag of blueberries in the freezer, which I need to start using up, so we'll be using a couple of handfuls of them as well. I really wanted kangaroo meat in his meatloaves, so I've got this 1 kilo bag. At the moment it's on special at Coles for $13 a kilo, normally $15 a kilo. I got the chicken mince from Coles. At the moment they're on special, 2 for $11. So I've got 2 kilo and it cost me $22. And from Coles I have grabbed the 2 kilo packet of Drover's Choice beef mince. So all up I have 5 kilo of mince. So the first thing I'm going to do is cook up the macaroni and the rice. So for 1 week I need to cook up 1 cup of uncooked macaroni, and for the other week I need to cook up 1 cup of uncooked rice. So I'll cook them both up, drain, rinse and let them cool down. Now while the rice and pasta is cooking, I'm just getting the veggies ready. So when it comes to the cauliflower, I chopped it up nice and small in the amount I needed. And I also chopped up an extra one, which I'll cover and put in the fridge. And that will be for the other half that we do. So when it comes to the frozen beans and the frozen spinach, I have got out just what I need for this lot. And then when I go to do the second lot, I'll thaw these out again. When it comes to the pumpkin, carrot and sweet potato, we're going to use the food processor to grate them all. We're going to sit it on top of that and let it drop in. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, that does it quick! Alright, that was only 2 bits and that looks like close to a cup. Wow. I'm absolutely wrapped with just how quick that did it. And I'm actually shocked. I didn't even use half of that pumpkin I chopped up. And I've got enough for both batches done. Alrighty, let's give some carrot a go. This is so much fun. Alright, well I think you get the gist of it. The grater works absolutely fantastic. That spat a tiny little bit of carrot out. With the pumpkin, I had 1 little piece for each one sitting on the top. I'm guessing it's constantly doing that, so that's a normal thing. Alright, I'm going to keep going and grate up enough carrot for both batches, and then I'm going to do the sweet potato for both batches. And then when I go to do my second batch of meatloaves, I don't have to worry, all the veggies are done, ready to go. Alrighty, I've got everything ready to go. How exciting. Alright, I found the biggest bowl I possibly could find. I hope it's going to be big enough. So the first thing I want to do is put 1 kilo of the beef mince in the bowl, and I'm just going to break it into little bits when I do it to make it really easy to mix everything through. Now I'm going to do the same thing with 1 kilo of the chicken mince, and now I'm going to add half of the kangaroo mince, which will be 500 grams. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to use my hands to mix all three in well together. So once we've mixed them all through, it looks like that. Now I've got to go and try and find my big saucepan. I'm so glad I kept this big old saucepan. It is now going to be Ned's meatloaf mixing saucepan. Alright, now we need to add eggs. For the amount that's in there, I'm going to add 3. Alright, now we're going to add our rolled oats and our rice, our green beans, our chopped spinach, cauliflower, and our grated carrot, sweet potato and pumpkin. Now I'm going to get in there with both hands and mush it all together. So I am going to invest in some new scales. So these are cheap scales, but they haven't steered me wrong so far. Alright, I'm going to put 500 grams in that bowl. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll that into a ball, and then I'm going to keep measuring them out. Alright, that really shocked me. I was hoping to get 7 500 gram meatloaves. We managed to get 8 and exactly half, 8 and a half. So the little half one I'll put in the fridge, and when I make the next batch up, there should be another half left over there, and I'll bang that one together. So I think I'm going to bake 4 meatloaves at a time. So we're at the stage now where I'm going to put my oven on at 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, I've got my first 4 on the baking tray ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to stick my finger in the middle and make a nice big hole. So remember, this first lot is for the first week. So the only difference between the 2 lots is one will be rice and one will be pasta. So I've got 2 cans of sardines for the first week. So I'm going to put 1 can of sardines in one and 1 can of sardines in the other one, minus the spring water. It worked out to 4 in a can. That's kind of cool. Alright, that's the first one in. Okay, sardines are in, and now I'm going to attempt to close it up. Now with the other 2, I'm just going to wash my hands really well and grab some blueberries out of the freezer. Now they say 10 to 12 blueberries a day is great for large dogs. So I'm going to put 11 blueberries in each one. So we're definitely not overdoing it, having blueberries 2 days a week. So now I'm going to close them up. Now I'm just going to put a teaspoon of low-fat yogurt on each one. And then with the back of the spoon, we're just going to rub it all over the top. Now we're going to chop up roughly 1 tablespoon of parsley for each loaf, and parsley helps with stinky breath. Now we've got our next 4 ready to go. So what I've done is I've got one of the apples. So I'm going to put 1/4 of an apple in each one, chopped up, without the seeds. I reckon what's really trippy about these is the fact that it is the full amount of veggies a big dog can have in a day. I just think it's absolutely fascinating. Okie dokie, I'm going to put a teaspoon of yogurt on each one, a tablespoon of parsley on each one, and we are done with the first week and a bit. Exactly 45 minutes in the oven, and they are cooked perfectly. Alright, I grabbed out my cooling rack, put it on an oven tray, sat them on there. They can stay there for the 45 minutes while the next lot are in the oven. Once they're completely cold, I've bought some cheap freezer bags. I'll just put each one in a freezer bag. I'll leave a couple in the fridge for the next couple of days and I'll freeze the rest. So all up, it made 16 500-gram meatloaves and I'm absolutely wrapped. I've waited 5 days before editing the video because I wanted to see how we went with them. Now he has 2 food bowls, one for dry food and one for his meatloaves. The store-bought meatloaves, over the last few weeks, he's left them sitting there all day and then he'll only eat them at night. And even then he doesn't look happy about it. He's totally lost his appetite. He hardly ever eats his dry food. Now with the homemade meatloaves, that is definitely not the case. So each night I slice one up and put it in his bowl because he's a little on the precious side. He eats it straight away without leaving one little crumb. And then what I thought was fascinating is every single night after he eats his meatloaf, he's eaten roughly 1 cup of his dry food. 10 minutes after that, he's out cold, snoring his ass off for the night. So I now know that 1 500-gram meatloaf is perfect for him for dinner. And I'm absolutely wrapped that he's eating that 1 cup of dry food. So for a large dog, they should have 3 cups of dry food a day. So the 500-gram meatloaf with his cup of dry food is absolutely perfect for dinner. But that is not enough for a large dog for a whole day. He still needs roughly 250 grams of something for breakfast. So I researched breakfasts and most of the things they said for breakfast are already jam-packed into his meatloaves. So he's got beef, chicken and roux in the meatloaf. So I thought for breakfast I might mess around with some turkey mince and some cooked rice and make up some sort of balls, which I'll add to dry food with maybe some sort of a gravy. So if anybody is interested to see what I come up with for breakfast, just let me know down below and I will do a little video on it. Now if there's anybody out there that makes their own dog food and they have some great tips or tricks to tell us, or just to share with us how you do it, please don't hesitate to comment down below. We will all benefit from it. I want to thank you all so very much for watching. If nothing else, hopefully I've given you some great ideas. Have yourselves a lovely week and I'll see you soon. Toodles.